ever gone for a brew?
Was it before or after refrigerators?
Oh, definitely before. Does that really help? Does that narrow it down?
No.
In terms of history, I think there's a lot more before fridge.
Before fridge.
Before fridge, that's how they know. Yeah, never mind about fridges. Furthest.
Tea. Did they have one on the moon? Did they have one in the Apollo lander?
Not the moon, not quite as far as the moon, but high.
Tea is it's important, isn't it? It's in all different parts of life. Somebody's having a baby, I'll put the kettle on.
Yeah.
Your granddad's dying, I'll make a brew. You know what I mean? Like, it's everything.
Yeah, but it isn't just important to the British, it's important in other parts of the world. Whereas
The Chinese.
Is it on a plane? Is there like
you can get tea on a plane, but
Yeah. Is there like a boil high club?
Okay, so it's in China.
Someone went to China
Yes.
to get some tea.
Okay, so as far as we know, this is one of the highest tea shops in the world. There is a Buddhist Taoist temple at the very top of Mount Hua and in the Qinglang Mountains, and the climb is treacherous to get up there.
You need a brew.
The one on the right is optional, but it involves crossing a section where you have to balance on these wooden
How you get
planks.
down?
It's a 7,000 foot drop down on the other side. Yeah, you can hire a safety harness if you want for $5, but its use is not enforced. The tea is made from rainwater and mountain springs and snow melt that they gather. It's said to be absolutely
Surprisingly not a cost of it.
It's one of China's 5 great mountains. So it's got 5 peaks that form the shape of a lotus flower, and each peak has a temple on it, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's astonishing.
But is it better than Rooibos?
Oh, the South African tea is delicious.
I'm so glad that you said it. I didn't know how to pronounce that.
Rooibos.
I've been calling it Rooibos for years.
We're still ordering shit-egg mushrooms.
In the Second World War, the UK bought up the surplus tea from every country apart from Japan. Apparently they were terrified it was going to be bad for morale if we ran out of tea. So their top purchases in terms of weight were bullets, then tea, then artillery shells, bombs and explosives. You drank the very first cup of tea, what do you reckon?
Oh, a very long time ago. Probably in China.
Do you think before fridges?
Many years BF.
Yes.
4,000 BF.
Yes. You're absolutely right, it's China. Well, it's a Chinese legend, who knows. It was a Chinese emperor in 2737 BC called Shen Nung, and he's sitting under a tree, and his servant was boiling some water, and some leaves apparently from the tree blew into the water, and he thought, I'll have that.
I'm not reboiling the kettle now.
Yeah, boiled. Hold that up. Now the leaf's gone.
And I was watching it.
So I'll fix it out. I'll leave it in.
Leave
a bit
it.
stronger.
Yeah.
I think
So actually, if you go right back there, it is tea first. Milk
Milk.
never.
Milk.
Putting milk in it. It's already got leaves in it.
So, I didn't find out that you could have milk in a tea. Was he drinking tea and a cow just went past and like...
It's a milkmaid having a cup of tea. I don't want to dip the teat in though, do you? Oh, listen to them all. Get empathy with the udder there. Can you imagine your own udders going in?
I think it's fair to say you probably can't.
he had tea and then he had a pedicure.
Yes, he's such a very bad hammer toes.
Is that his arm? Oh, no, that's the scenery. Now I can see that. He's got 2 mountains on his head, Sandy. Who is this weird?
So he's got a little tea shop on one of them though.
Story that I don't don't understand is the Buddhist tradition of how tea was first discovered. So apparently, according to Buddhists, it grew from Buddha's eyelids. Buddha wanted to meditate for 9 years, and he kept falling asleep. Right, it was 9 years, long time.
Yeah, that's
And he
good meditation.
That's really good. And so, in frustration, he ripped off his eyelids and he threw them to the ground, and that's how the first tea plant grew.
Ripped off his eyelids.
Yeah.
That's extreme.
Just open your eyes.
Yeah.
No.
And now there's just people whispering on YouTube, so you don't have to rip anything off. That's the new relaxation technique, isn't it?
Oh, that's the
Right,
way.
yeah.
What is that called?
It's got a fancy name, someone in here will know. There you go. They sort of whisper, like some of them fold towels and
Yeah, or pretend they're cutting your hair or something. Have you seen this?
No.
No, and that's because you've got better things to do, frankly.
You know the bad thing is, it doesn't matter how many shows you've done, they'll have more views than all of us put together. It's unbelievable.
I start whispering myself. I can fold a towel.
Your next DVD should be whispered.
Hold on. Am I the only person who noticed that you said DVD?
I did say DVD, yeah.
Who uses DVDs?
Whoa.
Everyone just glanced over that like that wasn't a crazy thing to say.
I'm still on VHS. So.
I said only yesterday. And you know what happened? They got stuck.
I remember when cassettes used to stretch from making the too long.
No pencil inside.
And you pop one out when you're driving, then the whole the tape. Pencil, get out now, wind on. You know, come on, you're 4 years old, you can do this.
So not DVDs, what would you just watch it on the...
Like I'm just saying, in the last 2 years, I don't remember like inserting a DVD in anywhere. So it's like it's a crazy thing to say.
I'm just hoping there were a limited range of options of when.
There's some DVDs I can't get out. Sarah's.
There's no sexual innuendo here. It's the song.
I don't know why you're bothering then. Mount Hua gives a whole new meaning to high tea. What's even quainter than a model village?
A giant boy.
We used to go and see these things, right, as a family.
Still a thing.
My father would get his cine camera out, and then he would just film the model village. He wouldn't film his children. He would film the model village in which nothing happens, nothing moves.
Was it on Super 8 as well? So it's sort of like...
Oh yeah. And then he'd set up a projector, set up a screen in the living room, put all the lights out, pull the curtains, put it on, and we'd all sit there. Here's the holiday. He's just filmed the village, he's just filmed the model village. We were in Lyme Regis for a fortnight, and this is it.
Do you know about model villages? I think it's such a thing.
I've never been to one, but full disclosure,
Yeah.
English is one of the languages I speak. So it's not the first. I speak it well.
Yes, no, you and me both coming along. What's your first language?
Plus, that's my first language.
Okay.
So, like, when you say words like quaint, I might have my own definition of the word quaint, which
Nice.
doesn't necessarily match yours.
Okay, so
A quaint is kind of old but cute.
yes, like me.
I've had 5 DVDs out, so my career to you might be old and cute.
So our suggestion for the world's greatest thing is the model village within a model village within a model village, which is within the actual village of Burton on the Water. So if you look at those things in the background, those are part of the model village. Then you can see there's another model village, and then right there in the corner is an even smaller model village. It's like a village wormhole. It just kind of keeps going and
my man
going.
just doesn't want to go home. That's what it feels like. He's developed a hobby that is ridiculous because he hates his life.
built in the 1930s. It took forever. It's actually grade 2 listed, the entire model village. And you could buy the whole thing with a life-size pub in 2018 for under £600,000 if you wanted. But yeah, I know. Who doesn't suddenly think, oh, model village and a pub? But this is not the oldest model village example in the world. It's beaten by Beaconscott Model Village, which is 90 years old this year, 2019. It still has 15,000 visitors a month, and it's got the cutest miniature shops. So look at this. The greengrocer's is called Crispy Lettuce. I know, sweet shop, Ivor Cavities. Current favourite, the chemist, Hakes and Pains.
These are things you do when you've met all your basic needs as a human being.
Yes, this is...
I don't think people in Uganda are worried about this stuff.
There's another model village called Babbacombe Model Village. Have a look at this. This is a part that of the model village that they just put in last year. So that's meant to be me, darling, on the right there.
Oh.
Oh, isn't it?
They very sweetly lent me. Out of interest, many of you who've known me a long time, what's wrong with the model of me?
I've never seen
Certainly a
this
set of
guy.
campers.
Never seen me in a skirt, ever. No. I don't sew in a skirt. I appear to have ballet pumps on. This is not what a lesbian on television looks like.
Britain squared. Like, unbelievably Britain.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? Anyway, my tits came out well. So. Now, who has type Q blood?
The Queen? No. Is it trick?
It is
Is
a
it an
trick.
animal?
It is an animal, yes.
Can you undo that bloody bringer then?
No. That's
It's an animal.
It is an animal, darling. So,
Dog, rhino, giraffe.
Dog rhino.
Dog, rhino.
so it's horses.
Oh.
Wow.
Close
Uh,
then.
not really.
No. Rhino, giraffe, no.
No.
If you put all them together, that's an horse.
So humans have two types of antigen. So that's the protein that can cause an allergic reaction. You can either have one or both or neither. So you could have A blood, V blood, AB, or type
I don't know about blood.
Horses have 7 different antigens, so they have 7 different blood groups. Type A and type Q are the most common. I don't know why they haven't done them alphabetically.
Yeah, why not A to G?
I don't know. Then there's C, D, J, P, and U. I have no idea.
Well, maybe that's the horse alphabet. Maybe that's how they do it.
So where do we get horse blood from?
The inside of a horse.
You're not allowed for that. I was going to say that and I thought, that's a bloody alarm. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say that's an alarm.
No alarm because he was right.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't store it in a blood bank. So the Royal Veterinary College at the University of London, they keep 4 horses on site, and their entire job is just to donate
Do
blood.
they get a cup of tea and a biscuit?
They do. They're currently called Miller, Darcy, Freddie, and Sonny.
I remember when my daughter was born and we donated to...
You donated that?
We donated. Kids, someone else have this one.
For blood.
We could donate the umbilical cord.
Yes.
Anthony Nolan, I think the charity's called, and they're like vampires. They're at the door, like waiting. Have they had it yet? Have they had it yet? Have they had it yet? Well, like, we're busy having a baby, mate. I mean, I wasn't busy, obviously. I was playing Football Manager, but that's what it's doing.
The weirdest thing in terms of donating blood is the horseshoe crab, which is an extraordinary thing. It's massively important in the medical industry. There they are, the 4th oldest creature on Earth, the horseshoe crab. But it has something really specific, a compound in the blood that's unbelievably important called Limulus ambocyte lysate. And it's used by the medical and pharmaceutical industries to ensure that their products are free of bacterial contamination. Look at them, they're extracting blood there from the horseshoe crabs. And it costs upwards of $25,000 per quart because it is so important. So, horseshoe crabs have no immune system. So, because they can't develop antibodies to fight infection, they contain a number of compounds that will then activate bacteria and fungi and viruses and so on.
They look like they're at Yo Sushi. In a crab.
They alive?
They are alive and then they are returned to.
Oh, are they? Okay, that's nice. That's good. Or are you saying like when my mum said the dog went to a farm? Is that? No, and then they return to the sea. Yeah, all right.
They just float away.
Just a little plaster just here. Now, what about dog and cat blood? I mean, it's really important that we have it. Apparently, the Royal Veterinary College runs donation sessions, and you can go on. And people do it apparently because maybe they didn't give blood themselves or they feel good about it. What about if you wanted to operate on a bird?
If I wanted to operate on a bird.
Well, I don't think you should do it. If you wanted to operate on a bird, where would you get bird?
Just like the windows of skyscrapers.
You're on the bottom of a wind farm. That's the same noise as when the cow got his udder in the teeth.
All bird blood is entirely interchangeable.
They could do it in flight. Just refueling, refueling.
So a robin could donate to an ostrich. What's the problem with that, though?
Take 45 robins.
You need a lot.
It would take 6,000.
All right, there you go.
Is Robin a bird?
Okay.
He's a sidekick, he's a kind of a ward. Multi-billionaire.
Does it get started on tits?
I don't like this. You guys are having too much fun without me. Oh, so Robin is a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like into birds, but when you say Robin, my brain just goes, there's a human being who donates blood.
Ostriches.
Yeah,
Ostriches, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear the confusion.
Yeah. Well, I'm different. It's okay. It's all good. There was an Australian gentleman called James Harrison. He used to be known as the man with the golden arm. And he saved 2.4 million babies by giving blood nearly every week for 60 years. Oh, yes. In about 10 years.
Did he always go to the same place to get blood, or did he travel? You know, the biscuits are different where you go. Do you know that? In Scotland, you get a tonic steak shop.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it
Just,
worth it?
an amazing biscuit. Anyway,
Yeah.
just to let you know.
Yeah. Anything about British biscuits, that's the woman for them.
So yeah, I was always surprised the adverts. I was like, would you like to save a life? And I'm always like, the advert she just said, do you like biscuits? Do you fancy a sit down? Do you like tea? I'm in.
He was an amazing guy. So his blood contained disease-fighting antibodies which fight rhesus disease. That's when the blood of pregnant women attacks their unborn babies. He was awarded the Order of Australia, which is the country's highest honour, in 1999. And he made over 1,000 separate blood donations and saved 2.4 million babies.
Wow.
Wow.
Brilliant.
It's amazing.
It makes the rest of us look, like we've done nothing.
I did it once and I was like, not again. Because
Why?
it's needles. I'm just scared of needles.
I'll just wait for one of my piles to pop and then I do that. What's that? The noises about the noises.
Horses have type Q blood, but there's no chance they can share it with you.
Oh, yes it is!
Just explain what's happening here. Have you been to a pantomime?
Oh, yeah, those things are horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 70s British people do weird things.
Well, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. queues. What's the worst thing about being held in a queue?
Can I put something out that happened to me that's related to queues that I think I feel like I was a bad person for doing this, but I shouldn't feel.
What I love is that you asked my permission. Alan never bloody asks.
I'm in a new country. You guys are kicking people out. I don't know. So I was in Australia last year, and a friend of mine was suggested we all have some dim sum. So we get to the dim sum place, and there's a queue, and then someone who's pregnant comes, and then they all let her go to the front of the line. I'm like, no, you don't go to front. It's for dim sum. You know what I mean? Am I a bad person for not letting a pregnant woman in the front of the line for dim sum?
Yes.
For dim sum.
Okay, everybody vote. Let's vote. Is it a bad thing? Yes. Yes.
Dim sum.
If you think it's not a bad thing.
Who says it's not a bad thing?
It's about 52-48.
Well, look, I mean, even in this queue here, that guy at the end clearly needs a poo. He's bought the... He's bought the roll. He's been double, and he's still queuing. He's going to go to the front, please.
Are you equating a woman who's pregnant with a man who needs a shit?
It's the closest we've got.
This is very difficult at queue, so when you are on the phone.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
What's the worst thing about that, do you reckon?
It's when the computer doesn't get your accent. I get that a lot.
I used to ring the Odeon film line.
Oh, yeah. I used to work for them. Be careful.
The Odeon film line to find out this is going back in the
Yeah, it is. That's the job I
Find out
had.
the times of the films.
This is even before DVDs.
Yes. So which Odeon cinema are you interested in?
Yeah.
And I would say Holloway.
Yeah.
And it would say, did you say Manchester? See, between the two words, there's almost no letters in this name.
Actually, that was just one of us. Bolton, did you say Baghdad?
I can't stand the music. I can't stand when they play music.
Oh, yeah.
They used to, when I was a kid, they used to play Kenny G all the time. I literally thought Kenny G was on the other side helping me. Just
So the thing I like about playing music on the telephone is that the idea of it was discovered entirely by accident. So we're talking about the early 1960s, and there was a guy called Alfred Levy, and he discovered the whole thing by accident. His factory's phone lines developed a fault.